people, welcome back to my show. My name is Danny Graham. My show name is Comic Chat. Coming to you today with another video about this ever-trending Star Wars Rise of Skywalker. Before I get started, I'm going to ask you to do three things I always ask you to do. First thing I want you to do is please subscribe to my channel. I just recently crossed over the 1,000 subscribers subscribership, and man, that's awesome. I want to get to my next goal, which is 1,500. I can only do it with your help. Second thing I want to ask you to do is please give me a thumbs up. You give me a thumbs up, man, that helps me get into the trending process. It helps the algorithm that YouTube has. It puts me on better pages and gets me trending and just gets my name thrown all over the place. So please give me a thumbs up. Please leave me a comment because I will answer all your comments. And man, I encourage it, man. That gives me energy. That gives me power that I need. Gives me the motivation to keep on trucking on this show. Third thing I want you to do is please hit that notification bell because I don't want you to miss any material that I upload. I try to upload everything every Sunday, and I have multiple streams on StreamYard with other YouTubers discussing various topics. Today I'm going to discuss Rise of Skywalker. I went and saw it opening night, which was Thursday. Talked to several other YouTubers on the channel. I'm of the mindset, I'm going to tell you first off, I love it. I like it. If you haven't watched it, it's going to be a full spoiler. I may bring up various points. So if you haven't watched it and you don't want it spoiled, you may not want to watch this now. Watch it and come back and watch this video. I'm still going to stick to what I said about canon. Some people keep saying canon. But I was just in a recent episode, or a recent discussion with someone who was a very advocate for canon. And it was revealed to me that they haven't validated canon yet. So I'm trying to figure out what's the argument when I hear other channels about this is not canon, that's not canon, when in fact Star Wars has not validated canon. So that's one point that's kind of blowing my mind, but I'm not going to get into that. This movie, some people say it doesn't have a plot, which is untrue to me. The plot basically is Emperor Palpatine came back. He's a bad guy, number one. Well, the bad guy, number one. Bad guy number two was Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren discovered where the Emperor is at. The Emperor posts out a galactic-wide threat. I'm coming back, kicking butt, taking names. So the good guys, which consist of Rey, Poe, Leia, Chewbacca, Finn, their mission was to find this device, which looks like a Sith holocron to me. If you watch Rebels, you know what I'm talking about. And with this device, they can track the location through like some kind of wormhole or something to the ancient Sith world where the Emperor is at, where he has developed and maintained this gigantic army of planet-killing Death Stars. They have cannons on them. Each Death Star can destroy a planet, and basically it's their job to find them and stop them. That's the plot. Bad guy threatens the galaxy. Good guys find out where he's at. Good guys kick his ass, which they did. Also, it was redemption. It was almost biblical. Have you ever heard of the phrase, the prodigal son returned? That's what happened. Kylo Ren, who went to the dark side, he returned to the good side. The prodigal son returned home. There was a cameo appearance with Harrison Ford, which was touching Han Solo, and where he pretty much forgave his son, told him, look, man, you can do it. You got the strength to do it. He threw away his lightsaber, and he became Ben Solo again. It took the death of Leia. She reached out to him, I guess, through what Jedi magic or whatever you want to call it, and he could hear her voice and he could feel when she died. That swayed him along with Rey. At that point, Rey had the upper hand. She stabbed him with the lightsaber, but she was able to use some of her life force, to save him and heal him. So she went on to try and defeat the Emperor, which she went up and faced him. The Emperor's plan was for her to kill him. When she killed him, he would pass all of his essence and knowledge into her body, and all the essence and knowledge of the Sith before him. And she would be the head Sith, because she was, in fact, his granddaughter. Now, some people are going to say, well, how did the Emperor come back? It didn't tell us. I give you that point. When did he have a son? It didn't tell us. But we all know, based on what we've seen in the movies, that the Emperor always, he'll say, it is as I have foreseen. That's what he used to tell Darth Vader all the time. Everything is planned as I have foreseen. I guess he foresaw this shit. I don't know. But he was able to go to that Sith planet where he had his fleet at. They developed this weapon that was killing him. He saw that if Fat Ray would kill him and turn to the dark side, his essence would flow into her body, and along with the knowledge of all the Sith. That was his plan. It didn't work out because we found out in the movie that the Emperor cloned or manufactured Snoke. We don't know what for purposes. My theory is that he had Snoke, he cloned Snoke or created Snoke, or several Snokes, so we can see there were 4 or 5 more in these clone tubes of Snokes, to be his figurehead while he's in fact healing. Because when you first see him, he looks kind of like a zombie. His eyes look clouded and stuff. His fingers aren't normal. But then he discovers that whenever Kylo Ren and Rey unite, and their two essence, their Force essence, can regenerate him. So he stole their essence, or some of their Force power, and it regenerated him to the form where he was when he first was defeated by Mace Windu. That's how he looked in the last part of the movie. He was stronger than ever. But then, as you watch the movie, all the different Jedis from the past, you could hear them voices. You could hear Yoda, you could hear Qui-Gon, you could hear Obi-Wan, Ahsoka, Kanan if you watch Rebels, all different Jedis encouraging her to get up and fight and stuff. And like they gave their power to her. When she get up, she had the lightsaber and she was able to defend him from his Force lightning. And she grabbed a second lightsaber, which was Leia's, that the Force Ghost Luke gave to her prior to her getting to that planet. And with the 2 lightsabers, Luke's and Leia's, she was able to block and defeat and then repel back the dark Sith energy and kill Palpatine. She is his granddaughter. Her parents, her dad was Palpatine's son. So I guess that Palpatine's evil and Sith sensitive power jumped the generation into her. Kylo Ren reveals to her in the earlier part of the movie, but they were able to do some incredible things together. They could reach out through space-time or whatever and grab stuff off each other. In one part of the movie, she had a lightsaber and she put it behind her head, and when she let it go, Kylo Ren had it. And then he was able to fight off the Knights of Ren, who were totally useless. Knights of Ren were, I guess, his personal bodyguard or team, whatever. Just looked like barbarians to me. They had swords and axes, all kind of stuff, but really useless. They didn't give us really any history about them at all, other than that they were the Knights of Ren. You know, like his personal goon squad, I guess. But at the end of the day, I liked the movie. I was entertained. Yeah, there were some parts in there that you like, well, you kind of question. But maybe that was done intentionally. Maybe that was done to stimulate this conversation. Because this, to me, is crazy that if you hate this movie, and I'm seeing a lot of negative hate on YouTube and different stuff, and it's trending, and it got bad score on Rotten Tomatoes, then why go see it multiple times? If I hate something, I'm only gonna go one time and see it. Or if I listen to someone whose judgment or opinion I really care about and think is important, I'm not gonna go. Case in point, I did not go see Last Terminator, because I heard it stunk up the joint. So, and from people that I trust and whose opinion I think are similar to mine or on pace with mine. So I'm not going to go something that I don't like. And at the end of the day, like I'm going to say, I'm going to stress this. I can't stress this enough. It's entertainment. It may not match up with this, but you know, I'm going to have an open mind. So I got my canon book, Star Wars, absolutely everything you need to know, updated and expanded. Journey to Star Wars, The Last Jedi. So I'm going to read up on this and see if I can enlighten myself. But at the end of the day, whatever I learn from here is not going to change my mind on The Last Jedi. I didn't like it. It did not. It was not my cup of tea. Rise of Skywalker was my cup of tea. So I'm most definitely going to see Rise of Skywalker again. I only saw The Last Jedi once. Once was enough. just was not my cup of tea. I'm still gonna watch Star Wars fans, any Star Wars movies that come out. The Mandalorian still is kicking ass, and like I said last night on a stream, I think Star Wars need to take a hiatus for about 5 years. Let Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau work their magic along with the guidance of George Lucas, and I think the next Star Wars is gonna be awesome. They need to stop the trilogies, just do the standalone movies. Either go to the EU, go to the canon novels, pick out the best 6 or 7 or 8, and just work on them and make them the best they can be. I think the Rule of Two would be awesome. I think the story of Darth Bane would be awesome. I think the story of Darth Vader, what he did from the time of Revenge of the Sith to the time that he was killed in New Hope. No, The Return of the Jedi. I would love to see what he did in there. That would be awesome to me. But of course, I don't make the decisions. But a lot of people, yeah, this last point before I go. A lot of people have been in Kathleen Kennedy. I'm gonna put some of the blame at her feet because she makes a crazy comment, especially when she said there was no nothing they could base on. There was no. She said that Marvel had a lot of material that they could pull from, and Star Wars had none. That was the most ridiculous statement I ever heard her say. No source material. That's crazy. But at the end of the day, Bob Iger is her boss. At the end of the day, he is responsible for the overall development and growth of Disney. If you see one of his employees not doing a good job or not doing what he wants, or he can hear, put out feelers and see that the fans are like clamoring for her head or whatever, then that's up to him to make the hard decision because that's what he get paid for. Yeah, we don't want to destroy anybody, but still at the same time, the main focus that Disney is about is putting out good material, but also it's making a profit. And if you look at the numbers, Kathleen Kennedy has made a profit since she's been in there. Look at it. She's made over $3 million in her last 2 movies. I looked that up yesterday. I'm not sure combined with Solo and what's the one? I can't think of that movie she made. But between The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens, combined those 2 movies has made over $3 billion. And I think this is going to make over $1 billion. So under her watch, she has made a profit for the company. Now, somebody said last night, I brought that point. Well, if she would have been really in tune with the fans and really know the story and the knowledge of the Star Wars history, she could make even more. That's possible. But guess what? Sometimes things just don't happen. Sometimes people just don't. Sometimes the most knowledgeable person and the best person for the job is not always get that job. Sometimes you have to see your mistakes and then rectify it. And as a leader, you got to be strong enough to say, look, I thought that this was going to work out, but it's not working out. So I do think this is going to make $1 million. I think it's going to be her last time controlling the movie. I think Jon Favreau or Dave Filoni is going to take over, and they're going to do a better job. But tell me what you think. Please leave any comments. Please leave me a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you have not subscribed to my channel. Please share the link, man, and I enjoy everything you do. I'll be on later on today with, I think, on Sean Stackhouse channel. Check that out if you get a chance. He's on YouTube. And as always, man, stay safe, stay cool. Peace.